What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Itty Bitty Transformer Committee review, we're taking a look at something new from Newage Toys. And it is their number 42 Spy Shean? I actually don't know how to say that, I'm going to be honest. But it is their version of G1 Mirage. And we got the Ligier JS11 F1. I guess that's supposed to be the car model, so to speak. And it does have a very Takara-esque box. You know, they do that quite often. And you come to this side, you get robot mode, vehicle mode, Spy Shean. Come to the back, you see them there in robot mode and kind of a highway of the other cars, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. And come back here, same thing. Come to the top, you have the kind of transforming thing. Looks a little weird, but it is what it is. And come to the bottom, you got that. Interesting. Coolness. All right, so enough of the box. Where is it? Elbows just all over the place this morning. All right, do get instructions as well, because, well, if you didn't, it would kind of suck. And they're pretty good instructions, like so. Looks nice. Yep. You guys can't really tell, there's a lot of glare, but it does work out pretty well. Oh, there's a step I didn't even know. Cool. All right, I'll check that out when I get there. So, like, I did try it out the first time. I did have to look at the instructions a little bit to definitely figure some stuff out. In fact, I think I have him ever so slightly mistransformed as it is, but that's kind of funny. Oh, wait, no, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. It's just how I did it, not where it ended up. But yeah, so instructions are good. We like instructions. And they do have, you know, every possible version of him, you know, the EX version, the you know, G1 toy version, the alternate Takara version, the kind of Marlboro colored one, which actually technically is wheeljack. Waiting on them to do a wheeljack. They haven't gotten there yet, but that should be pretty good. But there he is in his super tiny, you know, IndyCar mode, and it's pretty cool. He does roll. Got some pretty fat wheels here on the back and some smaller ones there. They're pinned on with some nice die-cast pins. You got nice chrome die-cast bits under the button here. You know, silver paint here on the spoiler into the engine. Cockpit area is kind of right there. You know, there's this head, very basically not hidden. And then a missile pod blowing up the driver, which I find is strange. Silver paint there. Little white paint right along the front there. Little Repro Labels Universal Autobot emblem. I wish I had one just a little bit bigger, but that one's okay. Die-cast chrome front spoiler. And you got the 26, I'm going to say setanes. Actually, I've never known how to say that word. And then underneath, you have actually a fairly well-hidden robot, except for the fact you can see some hands, if you're really trying to look. But so far, so good. And for size comparison, we'll bring in some of the other Newage stuff. So there he is with one of the Datsun Bros. And with the Ironhide mold as well. And unfortunately, I don't have any of the other cars ready to go. I need a Jazz mold. That's I need to pick up a G2 Jazz that I can keep just in car mode, so I can have a version of that. So I keep some of my extra ones that don't have a purpose. I keep them in car mode, but you can see he's, I guess, close to that same size. This is, you know, the van is always a little bit small, but it is what it is. I do have a Wally right here as well. Yeah. And I guess in theory I should have brought out the new Prime, but he's kind of a pain to move around, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's see, where should we start? I think we need to start here at the butt. Go ahead and flip up the toes. Just sort of unlock all that. Unpeg that. Unpeg that, and we can split the legs like so. That will give us the ability to swing the tires in, and once we got a little bit of wiggle room, the outer panel here is on a same pivot with the whole leg, so the whole leg swings down on that same pivot. And we can bring that tire down and tabs and tabs there. Basically doing that number. And once again, bring the tire in, bring the toes around. You can swing the entire engine and everything around here, like so. And then up and over the tire, and then they sort of tab into place like that. And then apparently this pivots, but no. Oh yeah, totally pivots. I did not know that. Cool. That was something that caught me off guard in the instructions just now. So fold the toe out like so. So same thing on the other leg. And I know this isn't 100%. This is just the way I do it. And it works. So that's all collapsed. Bring this around. Swing this around. Tuck all of that back in here. Bring the tire in. Bring the toe up. Rotate your toe to make more sense. Rotate that knee pad around there. That is really, really tight though, by the way. Huh. That's a different look, not gonna lie. Okay, so now we got to do all of the upper body. We're gonna raise up just a little bit. Let's see what the heck's going on here. And I think we need to unplug the arms from their, holes down here. And get the hands out to the best of our abilities, because they're tucked up underneath the hips. And incidentally, this part's going to split open. Okay. So all of this is all tied together. So once you sort of get the arms loose, go ahead and split this out. Like so. And then that will allow you to make a big mess of things as you try to do that. Just popping the shoulders free. You can bring, oh no, you can't yet. The tires here are on a swivel. You can bring them in like so. And then the nose cone slash spoiler will do that. And then you swing the entire thing down, revealing the head. At this point, bring the arms up, shoulders up, pull the hands out, close these little side filler panels, and then you can bring the chest all the way down, and then just sort of make sure the spoiler clears as you tab it all in. Then while you've got some room, you need to extend the missile pod up and out, and then swing it up over the shoulder. Take this part and, oh wait, rotate the hips, then swing that part around. Always forget to rotate the hips. And then his hips drop, or he has drop down hips. You need to undrop them down, as it were. And then get your shoulders settled, get your biceps swiveled to where you want them to be. Get these shoulder pads loosened up a little. And we are done with transforming our boy here. Actually, I'm gonna... His face is so bright, it's hard to see it there. But there's a tiny little Mirage head. His face is painted white, and it actually makes it really hard to see his facial features. He does have metallic blue eyes, which is good. We got some same metallic blue and red right there on the chest, though he does have a very thick body there. This is nice. By the way, I didn't talk about it. I think the entire body is painted with a metallic blue, but it's kind of hard to tell, because it could be the case of where it's the blue but with a metallic clear coat to give it some more pop, because the white itself is definitely not painted. That's just bare plastic. All right, and the head is on a ball joint, but because it's so tiny, it is sort of hard to maneuver, but he's got some stuff going on there. It's fine. Got little molded vents on the side of his head, things like that. Shoulders are on ball joints. They go out, they go up. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, no elbow extension on this guy. It's fine. And then the wrist doesn't move, it's just there, which is kind of a shame. He does have the bicep swivel. He doesn't have an ab crunch, but I think that's okay for this guy. He doesn't have separate skirts, I don't think. I think the entire thing moves a little bit up and down to the way, so he can kick forward like so. Just ball joint mounted hips. You can do a really, really good Shean Claude, as it were. And there's a thigh swivel, which is good. Single jointed knee, that get you almost 90. Don't need too much more than that. And then the toes themselves can pivot up and down like we saw, and then go side to side. It's a little weak for what we expect from Newage usually. Like, this is kind of an older, it almost feels like an older design brought back in. Oop, loosen that up a little too much. Come on, turn. There we go. And he is itty bitty. I mean, here he is next to Wally. I mean, he is small, like really small. Actually, I gotta brighten that back up just a hair. All right. So, also there's one little thing to do as well. So normally you don't want to use this little bitty missile pod thing. In bot mode, you want to use the big spiky missile pod like this, and I believe this is more accurate to both the tune and the toy potentially. So he's supposed to have that big old missile pod. Now the thing is, this doesn't secure in any way, and this is very cheap feeling plastic on this part. Now there's like a post and stuff there, like it's almost supposed to plug into something, but it do not. At least not in this mode, he doesn't. You do also get a nice little blaster, silver painted, looks nice. I'm trying to remember. I don't think you can hold it. Oh wait, no mind. That's our other bot we're going to be looking at here shortly, who can't hold his weapons that are way too tight. Okay. So I will say that posing him gets a little wonky because of these back spoiler pieces. They just want to just go wherever. Same thing sometimes with the wheels. The wheels aren't secured in any way. They're just back there, and they are his heel spurs. So there are his wheel spurs. And I think because he doesn't have a whole lot of neck articulation, and he doesn't have an ab crunch, it's kind of hard to get him in a good, like, action pose. Like, I think it's kind of a flaw within the character design here. And I'm going to bring up an image of G1 cartoon version, because they're usually pretty close. But I'm going to show you, they're not that close with this one. Like, design-wise, yes, it's there, but I think the biggest issue is the legs, the sides of the car here, take up too much. Like, that just makes way too thick of a leg. He is very stubby as it is. So, in comparison, here he is with the Newage Jazz. He's a little bit taller. The Newage Ironhide, who's significantly taller. I should have brought Bumblebee. What was I thinking? And here we go with Carbot. I have a feeling they're going to redo some of these down the line, especially since Magic Square has been putting out, like, when they're going tit for tat, Magic Square seems to turn out better bots. But whenever Newage generally has that lead, they'll be better. And then here he is with the DX9 Prime, because I don't have my new Prime in bot mode. And then even speaking of Magic Square Ultra Magnus, who's here. So if you look at, and I know this is a big problem, if you look at a scale chart, and I'll bring one up here as an example, for the most part, all of the car bots are kind of roughly the same height at the head. Jazz might be a little bit short. Might be. But it's like, not only is he like bulky in the legs and tiny up top, but it's just like something doesn't work with the way he's designed and scaled. So he needs to be a little bit more lanky, a little more stretched out, and definitely feels like he should be a taller bot. And it's got this round thing going on at the head that just feels really strange. I'm not sure. Like, I'm sure he's close to the right size, but the toy itself doesn't feel like the right size. And I think that is part of the problem, especially between these and MPs and stuff like that, where you really have to, you got to figure whether or not you want the bot mode to be the right size, or you want the alt mode to be the right size. And that's important to a degree, because a lot of people do display them in bot mode. You can see here, most of my ARC crew is in bot mode, and that's of course not even the Newage version of Ultra Magnus. That's the old Magic Square version. And even that, I want to keep him in bot mode too. So, and then with the next review we do, you'll really see what I'm talking about with scale and how they just kind of have to pick and choose what they want to do and the effects it has when it comes to your display. But I think that's going to be it for this review. At least there will be a Taro video, of course, showing how to get him back into vehicle mode. So make sure you watch that as well. And I will catch you guys on the next one. And remember, as always, keep on nerding.